Welcome to our exploration of the Earth, Sun, and Moon. Let's discover some fascinating facts about these celestial bodies. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the fifth largest in the solar system. It is about 93 million miles, or 150 million kilometers away from the Sun. Earth is unique because it has water, air, and soil, making it special among the planets. We can observe many features on Earth's surface, but what lies inside? Millions of years ago, Earth was a ball of gases and dust. Over time, the outer surface cooled and became hard, while the inside stayed hot. Earth is made up of different layers: the crust, mantle, and core. The crust is Earth's thin, outermost layer where we live. It includes the continents and ocean basins, and contains everything essential for life. The mantle is made up of two parts. The outer mantle is hard rock, while the inner mantle contains molten rock called magma, made of iron and magnesium. When a volcano erupts, this magma comes out onto Earth's surface. Earth's core has two parts. The outer core is liquid iron and nickel. As Earth rotates, this liquid outer core spins, creating the planet's magnetic field. The inner core is solid iron and nickel. Some astronomical bodies that orbit planets are called natural satellites or moons. Some planets have many moons, but Earth has only one: the Moon. The Moon has no atmosphere, and its surface is covered in craters and mountains. The Moon is Earth's only natural satellite and the fifth largest in the solar system. It does not emit its own light. Instead, it reflects the light from the Sun. The moonlight we see at night is actually sunlight reflected by the Moon. During the day, the Sun is so bright that the Moon becomes invisible in the sky. The Moon's gravity is 1/6 that of Earth. The Moon's surface is covered with dust, rocks, craters, mountains, and valleys. The atmosphere is dry and dusty, with no water. When meteorites crash onto its surface, they create large craters. Because there is no air or water on the Moon, sound cannot be heard. Sound needs a medium to travel through, which the Moon lacks. The illuminated part of the Moon grows each night until we see a full moon, or Purnima, on the 15th day. Afterward, the illuminated part decreases until it disappears on the new moon, or Amavasya. This cycle, from one new moon to the next, takes about 30 days and is called a lunar month. The different visible shapes are called the phases of the Moon. Tides are changes in sea level caused by the gravitational pull of the Moon and the Sun, as well as Earth's rotation. There are 2 high tides and 2 low tides each day, each cycle taking about 6 hours. During a full moon or new moon, the Sun, Moon, and Earth align, creating higher than normal high tides. Tides are basically changes in sea level resulting from the gravitational pull of the Moon and the Sun, along with Earth's rotation. The first landing on the Moon was by Apollo 11 on July 20, 1969. Neil Armstrong was the first person to land on the Moon, followed by Edwin Aldrin. Neil Armstrong said, "That's one step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Neil Armstrong spent about 2.5 hours outside the spacecraft, while Aldrin spent slightly less. They collected 21.5 kilograms of lunar material to bring back to Earth. Earth has many artificial satellites in addition to its natural satellite, the Moon. Artificial satellites are human-made objects that orbit Earth or other celestial bodies in space. Rockets launch these satellites into space, where they are then placed into orbit. Today, space shuttles are used to launch and recover satellites. Space shuttles have facilities that allow astronauts to live in space for days. Astronauts include pilots, engineers, scientists, and astronomers. Pilots, engineers, scientists, and astronomers all travel in space shuttles and are called astronauts. Artificial satellites serve many purposes. Communication satellites relay telephone and data conversations. Navigation satellites assist with ship and plane navigation. Weather satellites help meteorologists study weather patterns, forecast the weather, and take cloud movement pictures using special infrared cameras. Observation satellites photograph Earth and monitor changes such as temperature and melting ice sheets. Military satellites detect missile launches and enemy movements, though their details are often secret. Scientific satellites perform research and scientific missions. The Sun is a massive ball of hot, burning gases, mainly hydrogen, which constantly turns into helium. This process releases energy as light and heat, known as solar energy, which powers the entire solar system. An eclipse occurs when one astronomical object moves into the shadow of another. Solar and lunar eclipses happen when the sun, moon, and earth are nearly in a straight line, allowing one to be hidden behind another. During a solar eclipse, the moon blocks the sun as it comes between the sun and earth. During a lunar eclipse, the earth blocks sunlight from reaching the moon. In summary, a solar eclipse means the moon blocks the sun, and a lunar eclipse means earth blocks sunlight to the moon. Solar means related to the sun. During a solar eclipse, the sun is not visible from Earth. This occurs when the sun, moon, and earth form a line, with the moon between the sun and earth. A solar eclipse usually happens during the new moon. If the moon completely blocks the sun, it's a total solar eclipse. If it only partially blocks the sun, it's a partial solar eclipse. Lunar means related to the moon. During a lunar eclipse, the moon is hidden from view. This occurs when the sun, earth, and moon form a line, with earth between the sun and the moon. Lunar eclipses happen during a full moon. A total lunar eclipse occurs when the moon is completely blocked by Earth. If Earth only partially blocks the moon, it's called a partial lunar eclipse. The first artificial satellite was the Soviet Sputnik 1 in 1957 by Russia. India's first artificial satellite was Aryabhata, named after a great Indian astronomer, and launched by Russia on April 19, 1975. The Mars Orbiter mission, or Mangalyaan, has been orbiting Mars since September 24, 2014, and was launched by ISRO on November 5, 2013. An annular eclipse happens when the sun and moon are exactly in line, but the moon appears smaller, making the sun look like a ring or annulus. A shadow has two parts: the umbra, which is the area of complete darkness at the center, and the penumbra, the area of partial darkness at the edges. Thank you for joining this journey to learn about the Earth, Sun, and Moon.